Alright, this is going to be a Kobe Bryant build walkthrough. I'm going to go over how to make the build and why I chose to do the things that I did. So obviously you're going to go to shooting guard, Kobe was 6'6". I'm going to put his weight at 215 pounds. You're going to keep the wingspan right there, 6'9". Alright, so starting off with the attributes, start off with the close shot. I'll pull the badges up here. You're gonna go to an 87. The layup, you're gonna go to a 75. Dunk to an 85. Standing dunk to a 40. In the post control, you are going to take all the way up to a 90. Now, I know with these badges here, you can't tell really what thresholds I'm going for. This build does require a lot of cap breakers. I always make these builds myself, so I have a lot of cap breakers. So there's no point in me making it like without cap breakers. If you don't really have that many cap breakers, then you're just gonna have to tweak the build a little bit. But you can still use this as like a baseline. You know, I should also mention one thing. If you're looking to get all of Kobe Bryant's animations, which I tried my best to do, the only one you're not gonna get is his layup package, which is locked behind an 88 overall layup. I just didn't really want to do that. I don't really use the layup at all. Like, I try, I just kind of suck at it. But if you do want, you know, to use his layup package and boost your layup a little bit higher than what it is here, I would definitely recommend putting the layup up. Moving on to the shooting, we're going to give Kobe an 89 mid-range. Going to give him a respectable 3-point shot at an 83, 74 free throw. Moving on to the playmaking, I'm just going to give him a 65 pass accuracy. It's not particularly good, but you know, you're Kobe. There's no point in you really passing the ball when you can just generate a shot whenever you want to. You are going to get his dribble animations though, which is locked behind an 88 ball handle, which I will actually have on this build. You could boost it to a 90 or something like that if you really wanted to as well. Gonna go with an 80 speed with ball. Moving on to the defense. Gonna get a 60 interior D, an 80 perimeter D, an 81 steal, and a 74 block. Kobe, especially earlier in his career, was a great defender. And these two attributes right here we're going to be boosting with cap breakers later. As for the rebounding, I'm not going to do anything too crazy. I'm just going to go with a 70 O board to get that box out beast. You're going to leave the D board. For the physicals, you want to be fast out there. 85 speed, 80 agility. I really like having strength on my builds. I think it's useful, at least for my style of play, where I try and play out of the post, take more realistic shots and moves and stuff. I think it's pretty good, but again, maybe not entirely necessary, but with the post control being so high, I did want to have a little bit of strength, so went with an 82 there. And then the vertical, you're going to go to a 66, and I promise it'll be okay once I show y'all the cap breakers. Alright y'all, here are the shades of. You do get Kobe Bryant, and you do get Tracy McGrady and RJ Barrett for your shades, if that's something that matters to you. Now there you go. You get the name of the high flying mid post creator, which I think is actually a pretty good summary of Kobe Bryant's game when he was, younger in those 02, 03 years. Alright, y'all, as promised, here's the cap breaker section. So I do have currently 18 cap breakers. You don't need that many for the build to feel like a Kobe build. I would recommend having maybe 5 or 6. I'm not sure. We'll see. But as you can see here, put 5 cap breakers already onto my mid-range shot, boosting up to a 94. The 94 mid-range shot coupled with the 90 post control gives you legend post fade phenom without needing a max +1 or a max +2. If there's any player that should have that badge, it's Kobe. So I decided, hey, I may as well go ahead and throw that on. As for where I'm going to put the other cap breakers, there will be 3 here on driving dunk, which will take it up to a 93. There will also be 4 on the vertical, so that's 7 cap breakers on the dunk and the vertical, which will take the vertical up to an 80. So that'll give you posterizer on gold. After that, I'll throw 5 cap breakers on perimeter D. That'll take that all the way up to a 92. And after that, I'll throw at least 1 on the steal, right there, taking it to an 85. That'll give you interceptor on gold. And then after that, I'm not really sure. Probably I will continue to put them on steal and get this to a 91 or a 95, I suppose, if I get that many. Now, if you don't have as many cap breakers as I have right here, there are a couple things I would recommend doing. So firstly, I would change the build up a little bit. I would not have it so that you have a 94 mid-range. I would maybe instead go for a 93. And then what that will enable you to do is to eliminate 1 cap breaker and also to take the post control down to an 87. Aside from that, I think probably taking the ball handle down maybe to an 86, that would give you a little bit more room to work with. You could also take the close shot down. You don't really need an 87 close shot, especially the way I think most people play the game. Close shot, especially on a small guard like this, is not really gonna be all that useful. So I would consider also taking that down. And then just, without cap breakers, just organically putting your driving dunk or your vertical or something else like that up to avoid cap breakers. If you'd be interested in creating a Kobe face creation, I will have one coming up soon that you can check out. But yeah, thank you for watching.